Hello guys, my name is Nozaki and I'm sorry, okay? I know it's kind of weird for me to start 2 videos in a row with apologies, but this one is genuinely not my own fault. This is some kung fu treachery on DICE's behalf because I don't know what it was. I don't think I'll ever understand any of what it really was, but for some strange reason, that weird obliteration game that I showed you last week, yeah, that's gonna be like the only game of that to ever exist as far as I know. I don't know if DICE is trying out, like, you know how they have Conquest and then like Conquest Large? I'm not sure if DICE is trying out like Obliteration and then Obliteration Large, except Obliteration Large would be the normal Obliterate. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but that's probably the only game of that you might ever see, so I guess that kind of makes that vintage, but I don't really want to toot my own horn there. I mean, that video is, you know, take it for what it will. And it's been a little while since this last patch, as I don't know what this tree was doing. I don't know how it ate all my bullets, and then somehow I wrecked those guys with the QSZ, but obviously I couldn't stop them from infusing, but I'm not exactly sure what has been going on with the whole patch. I've been a little bit out of the loop because I haven't been playing Battlefield for the past few days, and I'm just sort of trying to get back into the swing of things. I know that sounds kind of weird because I would consider myself a very up-to-date gamer, as I get this gentleman right here. I usually know just about everything that's going on with the game. I know that makes me sound really obsessive, but I mean, I usually know what's going on, and for the most part with this patch, I don't know what's happening. And I can say this, however. I have this game, and then I have another game I'd like to show you guys. I don't want to commit to tomorrow, but I would like to upload it tomorrow, hopefully. But I had been trying to unlock the new naval strike weapons because obviously this is the naval strike patch, I believe. That's what has been dubbed by the community, so it isn't necessarily the naval strike patch. And right here, I had this plan where I'm like, I'm gonna plant the bomb, and then I'm gonna go get in the LAV and defend it, and then I don't know how I get wrecked by the launcher right there. I knew he was in the launcher, I knew he was on the other side of the MCOM, but I have no idea how he got the launcher to like fire around the other side. I don't even know. But to finish my earlier point, I can confirm, at least on 360, that the naval strike weapons are not unlockable. I tried for the longest time and I just absolutely could not do it. But with the housekeeping out of the way, now we can get to the fun part of this game. Fun, I hate fun, but okay. We can get to the more intriguing part of this game, which is, you know, the actual gameplay and the part where I commentate on it, because I think that's genuinely what I enjoy doing more and what you genuinely enjoy doing more. I mean, I don't want to tell you what your opinion is, but essentially, let me explain to you what happened in this game. This game is essentially, I just could not, I just ran out. Like, that's the way I'm going to put it. I just ran out. And you'll eventually see it because, okay, you remember earlier when I died to that gentleman who I have no idea how he killed me. I had previously set the MCOM, and then my team somehow managed to defend that. Yeah, that's like a one and done thing. It's like every like basketball player in college basketball ever. They're just one and done. As I get that gentleman trying to defuse, don't defuse the bomb. Just that thing is set, and it's like I have a money back guarantee. No one is getting to A. That's sort of how I operate in Rush, and it's why I genuinely enjoy Rush. But this gentleman tried to parachute down, and then I picked up this other gentleman with my pistol somehow because I was out of ammo from firing at the first gentleman, and then the first gentleman disappeared because he's a ghost. And then the enemy team just, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why they all like decided to have this giant like gab fest, and like I don't know if it was an orgy. I don't know what was going on, but okay, that gentleman I just revived right there, Mr. Eternal Saiyan, I believe. I call him Stealth because he previously had a gamer tag that included the word stealth, and I just shortened it down to that, but he was essentially my only help this game. And yeah, this cloth monster recon guy, Mr. Silver Thunder 9, is still behind that rock. You just can't stop like the enemy team's powwows and parties. I don't know what you want to call them, orgies, whatever. I think orgy is a little bit derogatory, but knowing the enemy team, I'm more than okay with calling them that. You guys saw in the intro clip, right? That's what I think of when I think of the enemy team, and I somehow revived that gentleman through a wall, but that's just what I think of when I think of the enemy team. It's just like they're all running together in like these organized squads. I guess I guess my own team is kind of doing that, but I don't consciously realize that because I don't necessarily roll with a squad. Not that I'm saying that you have to roll with a squad. I think you can do well either way. I just prefer to sort of lone wolf it even when I'm playing with friends, but okay. This game was essentially just me and Eternal Saiyan, which from now on I'm just going to call him Stealth because my convenience. It was essentially us versus the enemy team, and you'll just see it gets ridiculous. And as you can see right now, I'm just flanking them on this. It's our right side, it's their left side. This lower embankment on Lancang Dam, for the most part, on console, especially when the enemy team spawn is all the way back here. I can quickly and efficiently, on foot, flank all the way into their base, and then it's so cash. And yes, I made the smallest amount of noise knifing that window. I'm sorry. I probably should have, like, I don't even know how you, I guess if you had like a suppressed gun you can do that. But okay, right here, I was expecting there to be a bunch of guys. There's only that one cloth monster, Mr. Crosswell X. I destroy his beacon, but you saw I went behind cover as I get another gentleman over there. It's Silver Thunder 9 yet again, but you saw that I went behind, you know, the cement enclosing this stairwell simply because I was expecting there to be a lot of enemies. But okay, here's where the bunch of enemies really comes. I get this gentleman right here, and then he poops at a teammate, and then look who's coming up the stair for his revenge. To complete the trifectum, long-awaited Mr. Crosswell X. That's so great. It's so obvious that, like, when you shoot a sniper in the middle of... I guess this isn't really the middle of nowhere, because I think this is a pretty cash spot, but just... It's so obvious when you shoot a recon that they're just going to come back for revenge. It's what they do every time. I get this gentleman right here, and then I get Silver Thunder 9 yet again. And then, okay, obviously I get chunked down to extremely low health. So I sort of just chuck nades and scurry back, and then I get Crosswell X trying to get that objective. I don't think so. I have a firm policy that no objective gets defused. Okay, as you can see, I get sniped by Silver Thunder 9, who may or may not be real, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but I can't defend an objective when there are... You can go back and count, but I'm just going to say as a rough estimate, there were a total of 8 people that ran towards that objective because, okay, I'm going to play it back in my mind right here. I shot 2, I got someone with a grenade, I got a kill assist on top of that, and then you saw the one guy jump across, and then 2 other gentlemen followed him. That's 7 at least, and this was a little bit annoying. I shoot this gentleman, and then, oh, that's really annoying. That's sort of the whole netcode thing, but hold the phone, Calzone. I get revived. It's so great. It doesn't happen very often to me, but when I get revived, it's very great. And okay, I saw the Claymore, you saw the Claymore, but my idiot teammate didn't see the Claymore, and then that's an instance that's really annoying. I just simply, I don't have a high enough fire rate to bail me out in that situation. That gentleman is in a higher elevation, you know, position, and he's just simply better off in that engagement than I am. And that's sort of why that first time I ran up behind the cement, that's obviously destroyed now because you can get behind cover and then you're in just as an advantageous position as the enemy is if you can sneak up on top of the roof with them. But okay. To go back to my previous point that I was trying to make earlier about the whole I got sniped by a Mr. Silver Thunder 9 and he may or may not be real. Essentially, kill cams, DICE said they patched them, right? And there's so much more messed up. As I get another gentleman right there. The kill cams are a lot more messed up. I noticed myself, I don't really mind having messed up kill cams. I don't think that's necessarily a giant feature of this game. And then somehow they were just having another one of those powwow rain dance sausage fests on the roof opposite me where I was lurking earlier. The enemy team was just simply all up there, but to finish that first point, I definitely think it was a little bit wrong of me to just go ahead and proclaim as I get this gentleman right here and then somehow parachuting down Mr. the Sorrow Maker 3 and we mutual somehow, and then I don't believe that Stealth could quite switch out kits and then revive me quite in time, but okay, I don't think it was fair of me to go ahead and say that the last patch was a completely good thing. I definitely think that it did a lot of good things, and I think that netcode and hit detection, whatever you want to call it, sort of improved. And then I get shot and mutual with the Sorrow Maker yet again, and then Stealth, as you can see, was trying to switch kits and revive me yet again, but it just doesn't work out when recons are growing out of the ground, I guess. But I don't think it was right of me to say that, because I think that the biggest issue to arise, I'm only going to talk about the biggest issue because I don't think that any of the other issues really bother me. Like, the kill cams, I don't really care about, you know. There's some other minor bugs and stuff. There was one weird one I saw where, like, the color got all messed up. That one annoys me, but essentially the biggest problem now, at least on 360, the game constantly crashes. I mean, it just happened to work out that this game and then the other game that I'm mystically speaking of that I wish to show you at another time, it'll be soon, I promise, but they happen to come in, like, in close proximity of play session, but, like, I ended up freezing a bunch in that play session. It's really weird because I find it's just weird to me when, you know, you're constantly freezing up and you can barely play the game, and yet, like, for the 20 seconds the game is actually working, you're enjoying yourself and posting up really good scores. I don't want to necessarily say that, you know, I got really good scores and be all boastful, but I definitely think that I did moderately adequate. But okay, right here we finally get the base, and I was enthralled about it, but then I freaked out, because, okay, you know how the low evolution, I know the low evolution on Lancang Dam is a little bit underwhelming, but right here, I was just trying absolutely to not look at it, because I know that makes your Xbox freeze, or your console freeze more often, and look, Stealth lags out of the party, because his Xbox froze, and at this point, I was hysterically laughing, because I thought I was in the clear, okay? Like, Stealth froze, and then I don't know what this guy was trying to do. Well, obviously, he's trying to steal my tank, but that's not how this works, but okay, the joke's on me, because I thought Stealth was the only one that froze, but then I freeze, and that's just awful. And for those of you who are sort of interested as to who won that game, ultimately, as soon as Stealth and I lagged out, the defenders instantly won on the next base, and that, I think, this is why I uploaded this game. I think that right there at the end is just the perfect way to describe my feelings toward the patch now. Because, yes, the game functions extremely well for times, but then, like, I want to say that in the 2-hour span that I played the game during the session where I got this particular gameplay, I must have frozen 10 times. It's very infuriating, but okay. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. For your bonus clip, double collats, bro. But with that, I will bid you guys adieu, and hopefully I will see you in a video. I know I shouldn't say this, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.